Chelsea with an eye on the Ecuadorian Piero Hincapié. Chelsea scouts keep an eye on Ecuadorian defender Piero Hincapié, from Bayer Leverkusen. According to the English tabloid Daily Mirror, the London team wants to take advantage of the fact that the player has been left out of the next phase of the Champions League, to entice him to play for the Blues next season. Hincapié is in the World Cup in Qatar, with the Ecuadorian national team, and was in the starting lineup in the 2 games that the South American team has played so far in the World Cup. Chelsea, which is going through a delicate moment, is taking advantage of the Qatar Cup to monitor the various players that its coaching staff assesses as potential reinforcements. The Ecuadorian jewel, just 20 years old, had a remarkable start to the season at Bayer Leverkusen. Trained at Independiente del Valle, Hincapié is seen as a versatile player who can play as a defender or left back. The athlete passed by the Argentine team of Toulouse before transferring to the German team. At Leverkusen, Piero Hincapié has so far made 51 official appearances, with 3 goals and an assist. His current contract runs until June 2026. Chelsea approaching a deal with Christopher Nkunku, says journalist. Seeking to strengthen their attack, Chelsea are very close to confirming a deal with Frenchman Christopher Nkunku, 25 years old. The player, who belongs to RB Leipzig, from Germany, has already been in negotiations with the English club in recent months and should join the Premier League club at the end of the current European season. The information was confirmed by journalist Fabrizio Romano, this Monday, 28. To count on Nkunku, Chelsea must pay around €60 million, about 330 million Brazilian reals at current prices, an amount requested by the Germans to release the player, who has been playing at RB Leipzig since the 2019-20 season, having consolidated as one of the most important players in the team. With the departure of Timo Werner and Romelu Lukaku, Chelsea had been looking for an offensive option and saw Nkunku as a good possibility. In recent seasons, Nkunku has achieved great prominence for RB Leipzig and scored 35 goals in 52 games last season. In this sporting year, the Frenchman has scored 17 times in the 23 games he has played so far. The good phase made the player reach the French national team. Nkunku even made part of coach Didier Deschamps' squad for the Qatar World Cup, but ended up being cut due to injury and ended up not being able to play in his first career World Cup. The Frenchman will join Chelsea at the start of next season and will sign a long contract with the English club. Nkunku is yet another signing for the English now under the command of Todd Boehly, who took over the club's football with the departure of Roman Abramovich. Chelsea intends to anticipate Hudson-Odoi's return to January. Chelsea striker Callum Hudson-Odoi could return to the English club from loan at Bayer Leverkusen ahead of time. Information from the German magazine Kicker. According to the Weekly, Chelsea manager Graham Potter wants the 22-year-old striker back for January. Still, according to the German magazine, there is a clause in Hudson-Odoi's loan contract that would facilitate this operation for Chelsea. As the English team have lost 4 of their last 5 matches, including a humiliating 4-1 defeat by Potter's former team Brighton, the coach has asked the Blues board for reinforcements as soon as possible. Chelsea have failed to score in their last 3 games against Newcastle, Manchester City and Arsenal to go into the World Cup half-time in 8th place in the Premier League. In turn, according to the British newspaper The Sun, Bayer Leverkusen coach Xabi Alonso is eager to keep Hudson-Odoi in his team. "He is an important player for us," said the Leverkusen coach. Inter works to renew Romelu Lukaku's loan for next season. According to journalist Gianluca Di Marzio, Inter Milan are interested in continuing with Romelu Lukaku, exercising a second loan for the 2023-24 season. In August 2021, Chelsea signed Lukaku from Inter for a whopping £97.5 million. Although the Belgian has scored 15 goals in 44 games, controversial statements and the inability to adapt to Thomas Tuchel's scheme have led the Blues to arrange his return to the San Siro on loan. However, things are not going as planned in Milan, with Lukaku spending much of the current season out injured. The Nerazzurri expect the Belgian to return to good performances after the end of the World Cup. But it is believed that Todd Boehly would prefer to sell Lukaku at the end of this season rather than loan him out, as the American sees no advantage in allowing the Belgian to remain at Inter, even if he continues to save on the player's salary. The Blues board will try in every way to recover the amount spent by the club 15 months ago with the signing of the star. If the striker spends another season at Terra da Bota, he will have 2 years remaining on his contract with Chelsea. Lukaku would also be 31 years old, reducing the chances of being bought by some European giant for a significant amount. Chelsea monitors Ecuador's outstanding defender in World Cup in Qatar. The World Cup is a great showcase for European clubs to find reinforcements. Played for the first time at the end of the year, the Qatar World Cup has been watched by clubs that will seek reinforcements for the second half of the season. Even with high investments in Kalidou Koulibaly, Marc Cucurella, and Wesley Fofana in the last transfer window, Chelsea would have identified Ecuadorian defender Piero Hincapié as one of their targets. According to the Mirror, Chelsea are looking for a replacement for Thiago Silva, 38, and are watching Hincapié during the World Cup. The club would have sent scouts to observe the player's capabilities before making an investment for his signing. Piero Hincapié has been one of the team's standouts, starting both of Ecuador's World Cup matches, contributing to a clean sheet against the hosts in the opening round and contributing to the 1-1 draw with the Netherlands. At the age of 20, Hincapié has already made 18 Bundesliga and Champions League appearances for Bayer Leverkusen and has a contract with the German club until 2026. Subscribe to the channel, leave your like and have videos updated every day. Leave in the comments what you think about the news.